Goeiemôre graad 11 en welkom by vandag se aanlyn Afrikaanse klas. I'm super excited because I really think we've put in everything with the kruppel engel. By now, I think most of you should have a good idea of what's going on in the book. And if you are still concerned because you're uncertain, I want to assure you that we will have time for catch up and that I am available if you have any questions. So today we will look at the memo for November 2019. It was your homework to please complete the questions for November 2019. Now, what makes me even more excited is, like I've been saying every lesson, is that when we do go through old question papers, we really get a feel for the types of questions they ask, and we start to see a pattern. And if you've been really engaging with the questions and really you've been focused in answering the questions, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. I'm sure that you would have picked up that there's a specific pattern. And that makes me excited because then we can, to a certain extent, be better prepared for a final year exam this year. Okay, so without further ado, let's start. Vraag 1.1.1 het gesê die volgende: dit was 'n ongeluk toe ek klein was. Wat was die ongeluk waarna hier verwys word? En ons sien daar, dit was toe Jakob se gesig verbrand het en sy heup seer gekry het. Jakob se ongeluk met die pap. Now, sweethearts, I had a problem with this question in last year's exam because if you go and look at the text and you look at what is written there, I took it also right end of last year if learners wrote down that it was the incident where Jacob and Tina fought because Tina had a diaper for her baby doll and then she bit Jacob. So wat was die ongeluk waarna hier verwys word? Yeah, so I hope that just clears up any confusion. Last year, in the context of the text, we know there are two incidents, twee ongelukke toe hulle jonger was. It was when Jacob fell and burnt his face, but also earlier than that, when Jacob stabbed Tina's hand and she bit him. 1.1.2 Waarom is dit waar dat die bytmerk aan Jakob se boarm meer ernstig was? Gee twee feite. So why was the bit mark on Tina's arm more serious? Goed. Hy moes elke dag na sy wond laat kyk. Hy het baie meer inspuitings as Tina gekry. So again, both those answers are for me a bit vague and you really need to know your story. So you could have just said he had to go to the doctor more regularly and it is a more sensitive wound or it's more dangerous when you have a bite mark. Yeah, anything in that line for 2 marks. Goed, 1.2. Waarom was die pop vir Tina so waardevol? So, the memo says sy wou nog altyd 'n sussie gehad het, which I also had a problem with because she has a sister, Margreet, if you remember. So I know I changed the memo last year as well, and I said it was very special to her because they did not have a lot of money and she did not have a lot of toys. You could have said Mevrou Coetzee gave it to her and therefore it was quite special. Dit was Juffrou Coetzee se dogtersin. So anything in that line. But the doll I think was very precious to her because she did not have lots of other toys. Okay, goed. I hope you guys are listening carefully because my answers are different to the memo. Goed. 1.3. Tina en Jakob was ook by 'n meer tragiese insident betrokke. This is a more tragic event. Goed, so let's see. Waarom het Tina verantwoordelik gevoel vir wat daardie dag met Jakob gebeur het? Guys, 3 marks, and I think they've repeated this question in every single question paper. Goed. So here we know it's referring to the more tragic event where Jacob fell and hurt his face and burnt his face. So waarom het Tina verantwoordelik gevoel? Why did she feel responsible? Tina het geweier om die pap te roer. Point 1. Tina het nie dadelik reageer nie. Point 3. Tina wou toe sy help, toe val die pappot op Jacob. Goed. So I've said in the previous discussions, as long as you write down 3 short sentences, why Tina feels guilty. She feels guilty because she did not stir the pap. Secondly, she feels guilty because she didn't maybe help Jacob quick enough. And thirdly, when she tried to help him, the pot fell on him. Goed, and he burnt even more. 1.3.2 Waarom voel jy dat Aunt Merlin eintlik direk blameer moes word? Why should she have been blamed directly? Sy moes nie die kinders alleen gelos het by die pot nie, nee. So she should not have left them alone with a warm pot or a gas stove or I don't know, yeah, they talk about a stovie there. So that was irresponsible of her. 1.3.3 Watter waarheid oor Jacob se dood is eers aan die einde vir Tina vertel? The truth about Jacob's death that only was revealed to Tina at the end is that he committed suicide. Jacob het selfmoord gepleeg. Hy het gaan sit voor die trein. 1.4 Waarom sou jy sê het hierdie waarheid Tina aan die einde laat vry voel? The truth that he committed suicide. Die spanningsknop op Tina se maag het verdwyn. Sy het haar ma en pa se liefde herontdek. Dit was vir haar weer lekker by die huis. Sy het sommer met taakies by die huis begin help. So if you look at that question, waarom sy sê het hierdie waarheid Tina aan die einde laat vry voel? It could have been interpreted in 2 ways. The answers in the memo interprets it, what was the result of her feelings. And the result of her feelings was that all those actions, like she felt better, she felt her parents loved her, she started helping around the house. That was the result of her feeling free. But if you interpreted the question in another way, waarom sou jy sê hierdie waarheid Tina laat vrymaak? You could have answered something like, sy voel nie skuldig of verantwoordelik nie. She does not feel guilty or responsible for his death. She realizes it was his choice. Okay, it was his choice. She couldn't have helped him. It wasn't an epileptic fit and someone wasn't there to help him. It was his choice. Goed. Vraag 1.5. Waarom het die skrywer hierdie waarheid tot aan die einde van die roman uitgestel? Dit verhoog die spanning. So, whenever something is kept a secret or it's not revealed until a specific point, it is to create tension. Goed, or to bring a twist in the story Goed, 1.6. Hoe het Jacob, die kruppel engel, 'n positiewe rol in Tina se lewe gespeel? Noem 2 feite, so here it's very factual. Hy het vir haar gesê om by haar pa Stefaansgeld vir die dorpsskool te gaan vra. Hy het altyd gesê sy is mooi. That's very random. You could have listed any of the tips or advice he gave her. Hy het vir haar gesê om by Stefaansgeld te gaan vra. Hy het vir haar gesê sy moet haar artikel vir juffrou Duil wys. Hy het vir haar raad gegee oor die chockebrokke. Hy het haar gehelp om fiks te raak deur saam met haar te draf. I don't see that by telling her she's beautiful, played a role in her life, but I mean, let's have that as an option as well. Goed, 1.7. Die breinmense van Martha se Chris het nie juis ambisie in die lewe gehad nie. Voltooi die paragraaf. So wat was baie ontsteld, of wie was baie ontsteld toe hy hoor dat Tina na die dorpsskool toe wou gaan? Dit was pa Ad. Okay. Hulle swaarkry was verder vererger deurdat hul swaar verdiende geld op wat gemors het. Hulle het dit op alkohol gemors. Okay. En dan 1.7.3. Hulle kinders was ook verder benadeel deurdat hulle ook nie in hulle moedertaal Afrikaans onderrig is nie. The question says the people, die breinmense van Martha se Chris, but I'm also thinking that it's more than just Martha se Chris, it's Pa At. They are referring to he's on the farm, so I would rather say the colored people of that area, and especially those who are stuck in poverty and is a poverty mindset. That is, this is more the target group. Goed, teks B, 1.8, watter tema in hierdie roman pas by die bogenoemde uittreksel? So you have to know your themes, die soeke na identiteit, the search to identity, aanvaarding is acceptance, and then verantwoordelikheid, feeling a sense of responsibility. Okay, 1.8 guys, I will still discuss when we do revision, so that we really know that we know the themes. Goed, 1.9. Hoekom drink meneer Maree? Waarom het Stefan so gereeld gedrink? 1.9.1. It bothered him that Tina is his daughter and he couldn't spend time with her, and so for all those years it bothered him that he had a daughter. Dit het hom gepla dat hy nie vir Tina as sy dogter aanvaar het nie, meaning, but he did accept her by paying, but they didn't have a relationship. Goed, it wasn't out in the open. 1.9.2, wat is die funksie van die ellips in bogenoemde reël? So the ellipse, dit dui op onsekerheid of ongemak by Tina. It just shows that she was hesitant to say meneer Maree. Goed, of meneer Stefans. Waarom het Stefans ophou drink? 1.9.3, he realized his role as a father and he wanted to build his relationship with Tina. He didn't feel that guilty anymore. 1.10, goed, sympathiseer jy met Stefans dat hy alcohol gebruik het om sy probleme te hanteer? This is your own personal answer with a good motivation. You can look at the examples there. 1.11, watter omstandigheid het gesorg dat Stefans en Tina weer in mekaar se geselskap was? So, especially the fact that he had to fetch her on Fridays, okay, and he wanted to fetch her, created the opportunity for them to get to know each other better. 1.12, en hy voel die verantwoordelikheid. Nou, watter verantwoordelikheid word hier verwys? So you have to go and read the text to really understand what they are asking, and that is his fatherly responsibilities towards Tina. Goed, 1.12.2, hoe het Stefans tog sy verantwoordelikheid teenoor Tina in die verlede nagekom? 2 facts. So in the past, he did pay the lawyer for her school fees or any other fees, and so it says here in the past, so the memo says skoolgelde en losiesgelde, that losies is for hostel, but I think if you added rather that he paid like kind of a type of family support towards the parents, yes, that would have been sufficient and possibly also contributed to school fees. Goed, 1.12.3, hoe het Stefans verder aan almal gewys dat behalwe vir die geld wat hy gegee het, hy Tina as sy dogter aanvaar het? They asked her to be the flower girl at their wedding. Goed. 1.12.4, hoe het Stefans met die troureëlings bewys dat hy selfs Tina se familie aanvaar het? Okay, how do we know that? Hy het ook vir hulle na die troue toe genooi. Goed, dan 1.13, goed, watter skoolprojek het bygedra dat Tina en Juffrou Duil mekaar beter leer kenne? Dit was die EBW taak, goed, die EMS project, goed, 1.13.2, waarmee het Juffrou Duil vir Tina gehelp sodat sy kon voortgaan? She organized that Tina uses the hostel kitchen. Goed, 1.14, wat doen Stefans om Tina met haar fondsinsameling te help? Guys, he doubles her profit, that motivates her. 1.15, goed, this character try to stab Pa At, dit was Evaan, hierdie karakter was lui vir skoolwerk, that's Louise, hierdie karakter was verslaaf aan alcohol, that was Aunt Merlin, and then lastly, this character het vir Tina sy gedagtes oorheers, that was